All right, Coach, open the regular season this Friday at home at 2 p.m. against Detroit Mercy. Before we get into that, let's kind of talk about the couple of chances you guys had to play other teams. Just kind of talk to me about what you liked out of your team when you saw those and maybe some things you wanted to work on before this Friday.
We've talked from day one about building our culture and our foundation of what Miami basketball is going to be for years to come, and that started back in the spring, and it's been fun to watch the evolution of our team a little bit, just laying the foundation of our offense and defense, and we've told them from day one, practice is going to be really hard. We're going to make it harder than hopefully the games are to have them prepared, so it was really nice to get out in the preseason and play two teams and kind of try different lineups, see where we were from the offensive side, putting in our new offense, and then from the defensive side, kind of turn up the energy and intensity and have them understand, like, we're going to make some mistakes. We don't have to be perfect, but our energy and enthusiasm every night has to be at a high level, and I think they're on their way to kind of building that.
Friday's obviously a big game just because it's the first game of the year, but for you, your head coaching debut, how do you kind of balance the emotions of getting a team ready to go for a season opener, but also probably a lot of excitement on your end at this point?
Yeah, I think my biggest focus has always been this team and this group, and I've always been somebody that tries to spend a lot of time with our players and getting to know them on and off the court, and I think that correlates to how they play Friday and how they play beyond. I haven't thought too much about the emotion from my side, it being my first time standing up on the sideline as a head coach. I know my family and friends are going to be in the stands, and more so if anything, they're just asking for tickets and all that, but I'm real thrilled just to see what we look like on Friday. And I told the group yesterday, I said, this is a long season and a long process, and we're playing for really honestly what we look like in January, February, and March, and I don't know if they totally understand that, but that's something that kind of centers me on a day-to-day basis of just trusting the process, teaching the process, and celebrating the good things that are happening along the way.
Obviously you guys are focused more on Detroit now. When did that shift kind of happen, going from kind of just general teaching stuff and working on stuff to, all right, we're planning for an opponent now?
Yeah, I know with preseason practice, you try and prepare yourself for all different styles of play. You look at your non-conference and say, okay, this team's going to be a motion team, this team's going to be a ball screen team, this team's going to shoot a lot of threes, they're going to be great defensively, and kind of build that as you're building your team. And then, we started talking about Detroit after our exhibition game and kind of start to tell our group about, what they do on the offensive end, what we think they're going to do on the defensive end, and kind of go from there. It's a fine line when you're starting a new program of not, getting away from what you do to necessarily kind of, mold everything to find a way to beat Detroit. So it's that ever kind of evolving process with that. But they've been good, and we're excited to kind of see what it looks like on Friday.
I imagine you have some familiarity with Detroit already with your Michigan ties. Just kind of talk about what we might see from them and what you're going to expect from the Titans.
I have a lot of respect for Coach Sky. He's done a tremendous job of changing the program at Detroit. Obviously, Coach Keisha Blanton, my assistant, came from there most recently. So we have a little bit of a kind of a, for sure, personal relationship with them. He's done a phenomenal job. Style of play for them, they've always been good in their ball screen game. They can shoot threes, and they have a couple kids from past years who have really proven they can make multiple threes in a game. They have a kid inside, Cohen, who's a double machine when she wants to be. So we've talked about her for sure. But I know they want to play up tempo. They're good defensively, and I think we're going to be prepared as much as we can opening with not seeing much film from this year, obviously.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.